by our first discussion video. I just want to say quickly, I'm traveling next week down in Oregon and I might not be able to record a video, but I will still participate in the discussion, just probably written versus video. So young adult fiction as a genre. I'm very happy that we're doing young adult. I'm very comfortable in that genre. I've written in that genre, although I'm kind of leaning towards an adult voice for my thesis. So David W. Brown's article is great. Meredith, he quotes Meredith Barnes, and she says it way better than I can. She said, "The fluid demographic barrier speaks to the emotional turmoil that makes contemporary young adult literature unique. Every decision feels life-changing, and every choice in these books can seem life or death. The emotions are no less valid than one might experience at 30, but it's the first time, and thus very powerful." Now that is so true. I'm very lucky in this class. I love science fiction, so under the speculative fiction category, I picked Robert A. Heinlein, Stranger in a Strange Land. But he's a good example of a crossover author. The neat thing about The Stranger in the Strange Land is it's about a man raised on Mars by Martians. Okay, it was written in 1961. But for everything for his journey in the story is life or death. Very powerful. He's experiencing things on Earth for the first time. So it's a really good blend. Which can speak to a young adult audience as well. And I know, based on the period that Robert Heinlein was writing in, my mom actually, as a young adult, read these books. My favorite Robert Heinlein is probably Time for the Stars. And I just wanted to read just quickly, it says right here, I was not even planned on. The untaxed quota for our family was 3 children. Then my brother Pat and I came along in one giant economy package. They're twins. We were a surprise to everybody, especially my parents, my 3 sisters, and the tax adjusters. See, that protagonist is young. He's talking about his family. It sounds very young adult, and it would really speak to a young adult audience. There's something about science fiction being so new, so like, ideas explored in science fiction do feel like they're the first time. So they are very powerful. Starship Troopers is another good example of a Heinlein novel that's a great crossover for young adult. And this is one of my favorites too, The Door into Summer. The protagonist in this story is in his, I think, late 20s. It was written in 1957. So, 20-something's the new teenager. This book, I would, if he talks to his cat, it's a youngish sounding protagonist. So you've got this voice that just sounds like it would speak to young adult. And like I say, Miss Barnes says that the genre's unique viewpoints, which are often illuminated with emotion, but not informed by experience. So science fiction has tons of that in it, where we've got fish out of water scenarios where people are exploring new worlds for the first time, and that speaks to the young adult voice in my opinion. So anyhow, Robert A. Heinlein, great crossover author, and I'm looking forward to exploring more young adult.